My name is Kazuki Ogata, and I work in the sales department of our branch office. I'm tired today, but I'll make sure to finish this work properly. At that moment, there was a stir in the office just before closing time. Everyone's tension seemed to rise. Good work today, Seto.
Good work!
Ah, it's Seto. I heard she was supposed to be on a business trip today, but she's back? I'm glad I got to see her, even if just for a glimpse. In our sales department, there's Miyuki Seto, a beautiful superior known for being cool and collected. Everyone else is watching Seto as usual. Seto was admired by the male employees, and I was secretly one of those admirers. But I heard Seto never accepted anyone's invitations. I wonder if she doesn't want to have a boyfriend. Of course, I have no intention of volunteering. I'd be completely crushed. No, pulverized by rejection. Better focus on work instead. While healing my tired eyes by keeping Seto in view, I finished my work.
Starting today, I'll be joining the sales department. I'm Shinya Nakamoto.
One day, Nakamoto transferred to our department as a mid-career hire. He was the director's relative and was clearly privileged. Usually, people would try to hide being privileged. But Nakamoto was the type to openly tell everyone he was privileged. Moreover, he didn't try to hide the fact that he was the director's relative, and started throwing his weight around right after being assigned. Excuse me, Nakamoto? Could you please handle this work?
Huh? I'm the director's relative, you know.
Yes, I know that. So could you please handle this work?
Hey, do you understand who you're talking to? I'm the director's relative.
Yes, I already know that.
If you know, then don't hand me work.
But you're an employee.
This is why I can't stand people who don't think things through.
This was how it went. Nakamoto wouldn't even properly handle the work assigned to him. What's worse, the director, our only hope as a superior and his relative, wouldn't say anything to reprimand Nakamoto. Rather, he seemed satisfied, as if saying, "Good, keep going." A terrible person joined us, everyone thought. This Nakamoto apparently fell in love with Seto at first sight.
Hey, Seto!
Seto Nakamoto?
Hey, I know this really great restaurant. Want to have dinner together tonight?
No, thank you.
What?
Ouch, rejected by Seto. My condolences. Normally, a grown man would run away crying at this point, but the privileged Nakamoto was different.
I get it. Seto's the type to reject once.
What?
Don't look at me with such cold eyes.
Wow, he's still trying to appeal to her even after being so clearly rejected? While being amazed at Nakamoto's continued advances despite rejection, I was observing the situation. Then, right after that, I overheard an outrageous statement from Nakamoto.
Seto just won't say yes, huh? Well, if you won't go on a date with me, I might have to talk to the director.
What?
Did he really just say that? When Nakamoto realized Seto wouldn't agree at all, he started with threats worthy of an elementary school student.
You know the director's in charge of evaluating all the subordinates, right, Seto?
What are you trying to say?
You know what I mean, don't you? I can change your life however I want. Don't worry, you just need to go on a date with me. Simple, right?
He's completely threatening her. Seto had a pained expression while being threatened by Nakamoto. The moment I witnessed that expression, I couldn't just stand by.
Okay.
Miyu!
What?
As Seto was about to painfully agree to the date, I hurriedly jumped out in front of them. Who is that man? It's terrible that you're doing this while you have me.
What?
Huh? Who are you?
When I shouted loudly, Seto looked at me with a surprised face and closed her mouth, while Nakamoto froze with his eyes wide open. Taking advantage of that moment, I quickly stepped between Nakamoto and Seto and looked straight at Seto. How could you think of going on a date with another man? I won't allow it.
Won't allow it?
Miyu, didn't you say you only love Kazuki? Actually, I was panicking at this time. Oh, what am I saying? But I had to do this to stop him. Besides, I only have Miyu.
Wait, Ogata, calm down.
How can I calm down? Please tell me it's not true that you're going on a date with another man.
Okay.
I was acting distraught, almost to the point of crying to Seto. That apparently seemed very strange to Nakamoto.
What's with this guy? Is he some kind of pervert?
That's rude. I'm perfectly normal, just panicking.
I'm not dealing with this troublesome guy.
Saying that, Nakamoto left while glancing at me, clearly put off. After making sure his figure disappeared at the end of the hallway, I let out a sigh of relief. Thank goodness.
Ogata, about what just happened.
Then Seto, who had been staring at me, timidly started talking to me. When our eyes met, I turned bright red from embarrassment. This is bad. Seto must be put off too. I can't handle this. I'm sorry for surprising you so suddenly. Well then.
Seto!
And then I hurriedly ran away. Of course, this is how it would turn out.
Hey, Ogata, what were you thinking?
The next day, after unintentionally playing a slightly yandere character and saving Seto from being threatened, I had completely caught Nakamoto's attention.
You don't understand your position. A mere employee acting like Seto's boyfriend?
You're an employee too.
Shut up! I'm the director's relative. Compared to that, you're just a mere employee.
This is too forceful.
How dare a guy like you pretend to be my Seto's boyfriend? It's so childish. Even yesterday, you were just bothering Seto.
What? Ogata was pretending to be Seto's boyfriend. And Seto was bothered by it? After being told such things by Nakamoto in front of everyone, I turned pale. What should I do? At this rate, everyone will think I'm a terrible person who arbitrarily pretended to be Seto's boyfriend. Just when I found myself in this absolute crisis.
Ogata, I need to talk to you.
Seto? Ah, yes, what is it? While being glared at by Nakamoto, I hurriedly responded to Seto, who had come to talk to me with flushed cheeks. Then, as soon as Nakamoto saw Seto, he completely changed his attitude and let go of me.
Oh, Seto, what's up? Are you finally saying yes to that date from yesterday? You're making me blush. You have to say it in front of everyone.
Can you move aside, Nakamoto?
Yes!
After being told coldly by Seto, Nakamoto hurriedly made way, and for some reason looked dejected. Seto didn't even glance at Nakamoto and just kept staring at me with flushed cheeks.
When should we have our date?
Huh? Date? What date? Why would there be talk of a date between Seto and me? Ah, it's a continuation of our interaction from yesterday with Nakamoto. As expected of Seto, trying to make it look like we're dating to add truth to my acting from yesterday. While my heart was racing from being gazed at by Seto, I was moved by how amazing her acting was. If that's the case, I'll do my best too, Seto. Ah, sorry, Miyu. We got interrupted about the date talk earlier. There are too many people here and it's embarrassing. Shall we talk somewhere else?
Yeah.
Seto nodded with flushed cheeks, and the surrounding people who had been watching our interaction raised their voices. What? Are Seto and Ogata really dating? Ogata called Seto by her first name. Are you serious?
Damn! What's so good about Ogata?
Nakamoto must have thought we were dating too as he glared at me. Now Nakamoto is targeting me even more. But it can't be helped. It's for Seto's sake. Let's go, Miyu.
Yeah.
While nervous, I took Seto's hand and left the scene.
Ogata, your hand.
I'm sorry. Miyu, Seto. Sorry about that.
No.
After that, we came to an empty conference room. Thank you for talking to me earlier. I was in a pinch when Nakamoto had his eye on me.
No, I should be thanking you. I was happy.
Happy? She was happy to be helped. That makes sense. Even Seto, who usually crushes any advances with rejection, must have been troubled by Nakamoto's persistence. As I was nodding along, Seto turned her face away shyly and said,
Will you actually go on a date with me?
What? A date?
Yeah, I want you to go on a date with me.
Huh? I couldn't help but let out a stupid voice. That's how surprised I was. But immediately after, I understood. I see, we're thoroughly pretending to date to fool Nakamoto. Indeed, with his personality, he's likely to keep approaching Seto after this. I understand. Let's go.
What? Are you sure?
Of course, I'd do anything for Seto.
Anything.
When I immediately agreed, Seto looked surprised, but soon her cheeks flushed again. Then she smiled happily.
Thanks, then I'll be in your care.
Yes, likewise. And so, Ogata and Seto formed an alliance for their anti-Nakamoto dating strategy. On the day of the date. Even though it's just acting, I'm nervous about going on a date with Seto, whom I admire. While I was waiting at the meeting place nervously,
Ogata, sorry to keep you waiting.
Seto! What's this? Why is today's Seto incredibly cute? Seto appeared in an incredibly cute outfit. He's always beautiful and cute and pretty, but wait a minute. This is too much of a strike to my preferences. My heart can't take it.
Ogata? How is it?
How was it?
I wasn't sure about your preference, but I thought you might like this kind of style.
It's a direct hit! Ha! I said it! I had reflexively blurted out my honest feelings while turning bright red. Wait, could it be that Seto chose her clothes for me? No. It's just because we're pretending to be on a date. So she's just dressing the part, right?
I see. I'm glad.
But Seto, instead of being put off, just smiled happily. My heart can't take this! The date destination was left to Seto, who had said to leave it to me. So I just followed along, while my heart kept racing at the sight of Seto in casual clothes. And the place Seto guided me to was a high-class restaurant. Wow, I've never been to a place like this before.
This way, Ogata.
As I was led to a private room, not understanding what was going on.
Huh? Seto and Agata?
What? Nakamoto and the director? When the sliding door opened, it was Nakamoto and the director who looked at me with surprised faces. Furthermore, in the back was the company president, whom I only seen from afar like a rice grain at a company-wide meetings. President?
That's right. Are you Ogata?
The president of our company was also there. What? Why is the company president here? Why is Nakamoto and the director here too? As I was surprised, Seto gently pulled my hand and had me sit in the prepared seat. Then she turned to face the president and said,
Let me introduce him. This is my boyfriend, Father.
Father? Seto introducing me as her boyfriend to the president, calling him father. Of course, I, and also Nakamoto and the director who were there, raised our voices.
Seto was the president's daughter?
I've never heard of this.
That's because I haven't told anyone.
Seto calmly answered to the panicking Nakamoto and the director. Come to think of it, the president's surname was indeed Seto. So many employees in the company, I hadn't noticed at all. Seto had been working in our branch to learn about the field, looking for a future husband who would become the next president. Despite receiving advances from many men, until now, no one had met Seto's standards. That's why it was said that Seto never accepted anyone's invitations.
When I was about to give up, Ogata, no, Kazu appeared.
What? Seto, you know my name? Oh, because of Nakamoto.
Kazu's courage and quick thinking in helping me when I was being threatened by Nakamoto was truly wonderful. Also, your creativity and nerve in throwing off the opponent with an unusual character. Kazu is suitable to be the next president.
You're making me blush of all these compliments, Miyu.
Plus, Kazu is always sincere and hardworking in his work. You always properly finish each day's work, and without compromising. I've always thought that was wonderful.
What? Always? When I looked at Seto in surprise, he blushed and smiled gently at me.
Wait a minute, Seto. If this is about being the future president, I'm more suitable.
That's right. Shinju's my nephew, and he's serious, sincere, and good-looking, and a perfect man. Right, President?
You're making me blush, Uncle.
While Nakamoto was making a somewhat pleased face, the president was looking at them with cold eyes.
Nakamoto, director, I heard you threatened my daughter.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I never threatened anyone! President, these are terrible false accusations!
False accusations? How terrible! You actually threatened me, and you, saying he's serious, sincere, and good-looking? I wonder which part of your uncle is looking at.
When Seto said this sharply, the director turned bright red and shouted.
What did you say, Seto? Don't be disrespectful just because you're the president's daughter.
Not only did you get your nephew hired through nepotism, but you let him do whatever he wanted in the department, and even prioritize the sales department.
What? Privatizing the sales department? I didn't do such a thing.
As Seto calmly pointed out, the director became more and more flustered. Next to him, Nakamoto had also turned pale.
Everything has been reported to the president, both about being threatened by Nakamoto and about him not doing any work at all because he's the director's relative.
What?
The matter of the director hiring Nakamoto and the privatization of the sales department have all been reported to the president. Also, director, you've been embezzling funds, haven't you?
Huh? No, wait! There's no way I would embezzle!
Please don't try to make excuses now. I've already reported the evidence of embezzlement to the president as well.
Evidence?
The branch office was far from the president's eyes, so you thought you could get away with it. But unfortunately for you, you were wrong.
Seto had noticed that the director was gradually privatizing the sales department, and even getting involved in embezzlement, so she had been secretly gathering evidence between her work duties. I had no idea. That I'd been working behind the scenes for the company's sake. I felt even more respect for Seto, who not only performed her regular work perfectly, but also worked secretly for the company's benefit.
I called you all here to hear the reports directly. Threatening an employee, not doing any work at all. Secretly hiring through nepotism. Privatizing the sales department and embezzlement. These are all serious matters.
But we came because we thought being called by the president meant we could get promoted. What's going to happen to us?
I'll announce your punishments later, so be prepared.
The director and Nakamoto had come expecting promotions. The reality was the complete opposite. After being severely scolded by the president, both were immediately suspended. Afterward, Nakamoto was transferred to a remote branch office, and the director was fired for embezzlement. His unreasonable and violent actions were strongly condemned by his relatives, and he was cut off from the family. Nakamoto, who had been acting freely under the director's power, was now working as a regular employee at the remote branch, receiving strict guidance from everyone.
Oh, you know, Ogata, everything I said in front of the president was sincere.
Everything was sincere?
Yeah, I really think Ogata is suitable to be the next president.
Does that mean? Later, I was again invited on a date by Seto. Even though Nakamoto was gone, why did she want to go on a date with me? While I was thinking this,
I genuinely like you, Ogata.
you like me? Why?
Ogata has courage and quick thinking, creativity in throwing off opponents with an unusual character and nerve. But what I found most impressive first was how you work more seriously and sincerely than anyone else. I started liking you right after I began to working with you. But you seemed uninterested in me, so I couldn't approach you.
I can't believe Seto was thinking about me.
That's why I was so happy when you helped me. I was happy you didn't hate the idea of dating, and even though I was embarrassed, I was glad that you said my casual clothes were a direct hit.
Well, I've always liked Seto too.
Really? I'm so happy!
I thought Seto was cool and uninterested in romance, but actually, she's such a warm and pure person. I had thought all of Seto's actions toward me since I helped her were just acting, but to think that they were all real. Learning this side of Seto made me fall even more in love with her. After dating, we got engaged. Whether I could actually become the next president remains to be seen. While I'll continue to work hard so I can be useful to the company she cares about, we are deepening our love together.
isn't that lovely? Like and subscribe for more videos. See you again!